The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Time now for a look at the wide world of sports here on the Big 1400 WJZM.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition.
With SRN Sports, I'm Michael Harrington. Let's start with the NFL action from Sunday. And how about the Philadelphia Eagles? They go to 8-1 on the year, and they do it impressively, pounding Denver 51-23. Quarterback Carson Wentz says it's a great way to head into a bye week.
Coming off a big win like this at home, against a great defense offensively to put up what we did today. Obviously, feel like we have some momentum, and we're going to enjoy this. We're going to relax and kind of get away and then come back ready to go.
Elsewhere, the Jaguars defeated the Bengals 23-7. It was Carolina 20 and the Falcons 17. Tennessee over Baltimore 23-20 yesterday. The Rams hammered the Giants 51-17. Colts hold on for a 2014 win over Houston. It was the Saints victorious again, defeating Tampa Bay 30-10, while the Redskins pulled off an upset in Seattle, beating the Seahawks 17-14 in the waning seconds. This is SRN Sports. Rounding up the rest of your NFL tallies from Sunday, it was Arizona over San Francisco 20-10. The Cowboys beat the Kansas City Chiefs 28-17. Oakland 27, Miami 24. Tonight, the Packers will host the Lions. A busy Sunday in the NBA. Atlanta topped the Cleveland Cavaliers 117-115, while Miami beat the Clippers 104-101. Wizards 107, Toronto 96. Celtics over Orlando 104-88. Utah bowed to Houston 137-110, while the Spurs beat Phoenix 112-95. It was the Knicks over the Pacers 108-101. Minnesota 112, Charlotte 94. The Trailblazers beat Oklahoma City 103-99. And the Lakers were too much for Memphis 107-102. In the National Hockey League yesterday, Detroit 4, Edmonton nothing. The Islanders beat Colorado in a high-scoring affair 6-4. Montreal 2, Chicago nothing. This is SRN Sports.
What to do And I can't believe I see 100 yellow ribbons around the old tree. I'm coming home.
The Big 1400 WJZM radio. It is 7 o'clock, 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
This news flash brought to you by Heritage Bank. We are open for business. Your business. Bankwithheritage.com.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Still nothing about a motive, but more information is surfacing about the gunman in the Texas church massacre that left 26 people dead. The suspect, 26-year-old Devin Kelly, lived in suburban San Antonio and got a bad conduct discharge from the Air Force a few years back. He walked into the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs yesterday and opened fire. Paul Buford pastors a neighboring church in that small town.
No matter what happened, that we stand on the fact that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So if there was anyone in that church that died, we know that they're in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ right now.
He talked with KENS TV. President Trump says clearly the gunman was deranged.
This isn't a guns situation. I mean, we could go into it, but it's a little bit soon to go into it. But fortunately, somebody else had a gun that was shooting in the opposite direction. Otherwise, it would have been as bad as it was. It would have been much worse.
A neighbor with a rifle confronted the gunman as he left the scene and chased him. The shooter was later found dead in his vehicle at the county line. 20 people wounded in the attack. Also at SRNnews.com, the president's in Japan on his first official visit to Asia, vowing he will not stand for North Korea, threatening the U.S. and its allies with nuclear weapons. President also talking about trade.
In a speech to business leaders in Tokyo, the president promised more trade between the U.S. and Japan, but also said America has suffered massive trade deficits with Japan for many years and hopes to turn that around. The president also complained that virtually no U.S. cars are sold in Japan. He said he would negotiate that in a very friendly way.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. A seventh straight win for the Philadelphia Eagles. They crushed Denver. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures are up 17 points. S&P futures down 1. This is SRN News. This coming weekend, Catholic churches nationwide will be gathering donations for the annual Box of Joy program, which delivers Christmas gifts to children in Haiti and other poor nations around the world. Jim Kavner, president of Cross Catholic Outreach, says the donated shoeboxes will contain things like toys and hard candy.
But especially things like school supplies and toiletries, which they really value. So it's a tangible way to help the poor, and particularly targeting poor children, and a way to educate families and their children, especially about the needs of the poor. So we think it's a great way, and people have really enjoyed doing it.
Donations gathered at churches this coming weekend will then be packed up for shipping to children who otherwise would not receive any Christmas gifts this year. Kavner adds that while this is a Catholic initiative, anyone from any religious faith can participate in the weekend collection. More information on the outreach can be found at boxofjoy.org. This is SRN News. The ex-chief of Yahoo has a date with a Senate committee this week. The subject, something that's made front-page headlines in recent months, data breaches.
Former CEO Marissa Mayer agreed to testify before the Senate Commerce Committee, but only after she was threatened with a subpoena. She will appear alongside the interim CEO of Equifax in a hearing scheduled for Wednesday. When Mayer was CEO of Yahoo, the company suffered a massive cybersecurity breach. It's estimated the data of some 3 billion users was compromised.
It's correspondent Linda Kenyon. Well, we've seen it recently in China. Now a purported crackdown on corruption is sweeping Saudi Arabia. The heir to the Saudi throne is overseeing an unprecedented wave of arrests of dozens of the country's most powerful princes, military officers, influential businessmen, and government ministers. Some of them are potential rivals or critics of the crown prince. More details at srnnews.com.
Loans. Heritage Bank. Those are the only 3 words you need to know if you need a car or boat or RV or storage building or pool or new garage or lawnmower or 4-wheeler or a vacation. Or, well, you get the picture, right? Picture yourself with a loan from Heritage Bank and that special something that you've been wanting. Call or stop by your local Heritage Bank office today. Loans from Heritage Bank.
NMLS number 431499. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bankwithheritage.com.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Clarksville area weather, cloudy, maybe a passing shower. Cooler, though. We expect a high today of 60 degrees. Tonight, mild periods of rain and maybe a thunderstorm. 57 for an overnight low. For Tuesday, cloudy, a little rain, 61 for an expected high. Currently at 7:06, we're at 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic is building around the city and the county this morning as we move into the 7 a.m. hour. Looks like traffic very busy out on Trenton Road and especially out by the interstate by Tylertown Road. 41A Fort Campbell, not bad at the moment. 79 St. Bethlehem, slow due to some fog in the area. 79 out in Woodlawn, looks good. 48 and 13, not too bad, except out by Montgomery Central. 41A Sango, busy as well. And the MLK 76 connector is busy, especially out by the interstate. And Rossview Road is very heavy this morning as people head out to the interstate that way as well. Now, if you are headed to Nashville, 24 does look fairly good all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Well, good morning. Already busy out here on 40 eastbound now as you come up through Bellevue. All the traffic coming from Dixon headed towards West Nashville. It's really busy in Williamson County on the Interstate 65 northbound here at 840. 24, very heavy from Rutherford into Davison County. 40's already starting to slow down here at Spence Lane. If you're looking for the best bargains, check out GimmeA5.com. They're in Clarksville, Lebanon, and Dixon. You never know what you're going to find at GimmeA5.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning. All brought to you by Heritage Bank here on the Big 1400. It is 7:07, and that brings us to the Monday morning edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. It is the 6th day of November, and we get started on this rainy, damp day. Temperature's a little cooler as we roll along here. Good morning, Clarksville. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, not too bad. It was busy. Same as always.
Yeah. Good morning, Clarksville. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, 54 degrees at 7:12. Coming up at 7:20 this morning. Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake. Musically, we've got some Creedence Clearwater Revival on the way, as well as the Vogues and a little Kool and the Gang.
Yes.
So once again, we start our Monday morning with the headline. There was another mass shooting yesterday. This was at a church in Texas, killing 26 people. 20 people were wounded. It was at the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs. That's about 35 miles east of San Antonio. Real small town. 2 gas stations, a church, a community center, a post office, a Dollar General, and a tire shop.
I think the population is around
362
in the city.
Yeah. City.
In the city. In the town.
Yeah, in the town.
In the township.
A rural community.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody knew everybody. So John and I were thinking about what to say this morning. First of all, our prayers definitely go out to the people affected by this. And, you know, believe it or not, it goes further than just Sutherland Springs, Texas. Because the people that are affected by it live in Clarksville, Nashville, Chicago, Los Angeles. I think all over America, people are affected by it. And so John and I would encourage you not to become desensitized to what's going on in our country. Don't just say another mass shooting. You know, we've had one too many mass shootings.
Or that it won't happen here.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. There's evil in this world. But please don't desensitize this. Don't take this for granted. Don't think, well, you know, it happens in Texas. I'm living in Tennessee. No, you are affected by it. And allow yourself to be affected by it. You know, I don't have any answers. John doesn't have any answers. But we know that prayer helps in situations for those people who are directly affected by this. The ones that the 26 families, 26 people lost. So you figure that that could be over 100 people in their family that were affected by this, and then those that are wounded. I mean, they're traumatized forever. I mean, they've got to live with this, that I survived a shooting at our church, our little, small Baptist church with wooden pews that would meet every Sunday morning at 9:15 for breakfast, and then Sunday school, and then the morning service at 11 o'clock. So please don't just take this off and say that this is just,
it's just another.
No. We've got too many, and the thing is...
we had that one in Nashville just a few weeks ago.
Exactly.
That was, 8 or 10 killed at that one?
One murdered. One was killed, and
8 or 10 were wounded.
Yeah. And it was so good to see the Metro Nashville Police Department have that gun buyback this weekend, and all those people turned in those guns. But there's still thousands of guns out there. And I don't know. There needs to be a narrative started about what to do about all these guns. Everybody wants to think this is the Wild Wild West. And I understand rights. I understand that the right to bear arms. I understand that. But we need to do something.
I think there's quite too many loopholes.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy had done time. He had been dishonorably discharged from the Army.
He'd been arrested and tried for beating up his wife and baby or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when he was in the Air Force.
Dishonorable discharge from the Army, and I think he did about a year in prison.
Did he?
And was still able to buy a weapon.
And so we don't know, the mental mind, the mindset of somebody like that. But anyway, we will continue, and we'll continue strong. And it hurts. It does hurt. And it's something I hope it should be. I hope it would be sobering to you this morning as it is to John and I when we think about this. Those 26 lives. I mean, it's interesting. It just goes to show that you never know what's going to happen. You get up on Sunday morning, you're going to, I got to be there by 9:15. That's when they start serving breakfast. And I want any hot biscuits. I got to get there.
I know, and they have fellowship with each other.
Yep. And then, they have Sunday school, and then they have regular service at 11 o'clock. A lot of churches do that.
Yeah.
Right here in Clarksville, a lot of churches do that, So keep them
anywhere.
Keep the people of Sutherland Springs, Texas, in your prayers, my brothers and sisters. And please, please, pray for our country. Time now for some birthdays. I guess we need to do some birthdays.
Let's see if we can lighten things up just a little.
Yeah. I was trying to think of who all had a birthday coming up. I don't know.
Somebody does, I know.
Somebody does have a birthday. We know that. Emma Stone is 29.
Who?
Emma Stone. She's from La La Land. The House Bunny. She's a big actress. She's very good. And she was in one of the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay.
Lamar Odom is 38. Zoe McClellan is 43. She's Agent Brody on NCIS Nolans. Tandy Newton is 45. She's been in a lot of movies. She's in that HBO series, Westworld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's in that. Ethan Hawke is 47. I didn't know. Yeah, I always remember him from Dead Poets Society. Yeah. Corey Glover is 53, singer in Living Color. Of course, he also played Francis in Oliver Stone's Platoon.
Yeah.
Maria Shriver is 62. Ooh. Sally Field is 71. 92. No, she's 71. 5 days until Veterans Day, 10 days until America quits smoking, 17 days until Thanksgiving, 139 days until Star Wars.
Yay!
The Last Jedi comes.
5 more days till daylight savings time. Yes.
We don't have to, because it's here. It's here, y'all.
I know, and you like it.
Yeah, it's here, and we enjoy it.
Yesterday was the worst day of my life. The worst.
No, it wasn't.
It was terrible.
Why?
Because everything was all turned around, and it got dark at 5 o'clock, and it.
And Roxy was running around, acting crazy.
Yeah, I had a meeting with our sales team, though. Yesterday.
What sales team?
We have a sales team here.
Oh, here at the radio station.
That's right. Our sales team here.
And what they decided?
Well, they've developed, I'll play this commercial for you. They've developed a way we're going to be able to sell time. We'll be able to sell you time back.
What?
Yeah. You want to hear it?
No.
No?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right, here we go.
Hopefully you set your clocks back Saturday night for daylight saving time. That extra hour of sleep on Sunday is key, right? But how would you like 2 extra hours? For a limited time, you can buy an extra hour of sleep on Tuesday morning, thanks to this station and the U.S. Department of Time Management. It's simple. Just call in with your credit card number, the expiration date, and the 3-digit code on the back. And for only $49.99, we'll give you an extra hour tonight. You'll get 2 hours instead of 1 like everybody else. But wait, there's more. Why not buy an extra hour for your spouse, your kids, or parents? For every hour you buy, we'll give you an hour free to give away. Just pay separate shipping and handling. But there's still more. Order in the next 5 minutes and we'll give you a bonus hour to use on Friday. Order now and pleasant dreams. Warning, there's no such thing as Department of Time Management. The station not responsible if you get fired from your job.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Where is this?
Here.
That is the craziest
That's our
thing.
crack sales team. We
That
can
is the
sell you
craziest
time. Only $49.99 for an
And
hour.
for an extra $49.95, buy one for your spouse.
That's
An
right.
extra hour
That's
for your
right.
spouse.
And buy one for your friends.
Okay, call in. Operators are standing by.
That's right.
Don't forget to have that plastic card ready,
That's
y'all.
right.
Good morning, Clarksville.
As I was walking down the street one day, a man came up to me and asked me what the time was that was on my watch. Yeah, I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. I was walking down the street one day. A pretty lady looked at me and said her diamond watch had stopped cold dead. And I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. And I was walking down the street one day. People running everywhere. Being pushed and shoved by people trying to beat the clock. So I just don't know how to go. And I said, yes, I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to die. Everybody's worried. I don't care about time. I don't care.
The big 1400 WJZM Radio. It is 7:24. We've got the Sports Now update coming with Dustin Swallows this morning, brought to you by Coffee Break Cheesecake. A little later on, did you know that Godzilla's birthday was last week?
Yes.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got the top things that annoy Godzilla.
All right.
So we'll hear
Besides
about that.
people and airplanes and
They get in-
helicopters
yeah.
and shooting missiles at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was the other monster's name that he fought against?
Several.
Yeah, but the main one that
Mothra.
Yeah, Mothra. Yeah. But anyway,
the moth with the
so
wings.
you have all those?
I have several of them.
Yeah. Okay. Back in the day, 157 years ago, in 1860, 82% of the eligible voters turned out to elect Abraham Lincoln as our 16th president. Of course, at that point, eligible voters, did not include a lot of members of the society, but 82% of those that were eligible at that time voted. That was pretty good numbers. 94 years ago, in 1923, Jacob Schick was granted a patent for Jacob Schick. I'm not going to say it real fast. For the electric razor. And 82 years ago, in 1935, Edward H. Armstrong announced the development of...
Who knows?
FM broadcasting. 50 years ago, in 1967, a dark young, dark-haired stud named Phil Donahue started a small talk show in Dayton, Ohio, which later became Donahue.
And where is Phil now?
And now, look at everything.
Where is Phil now?
I don't know.
Counting his money?
Probably. He and Marlo. Are they still together?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll have to look. I believe they are.
35 years ago, 1982, Up Where We Belong. The amazing ballad from the soundtrack of An Officer and a Gentleman by Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes hit #1 on the singles chart. Just a few things happening back in the day. Time now for Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows on the Big 1400, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now Update is presented by Coffee Break and Cheesecake at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, where they serve homemade cheesecakes made with only the finest ingredients.
Last night, the Nashville Predators landed one of the best two-way centers in the National Hockey League via a three-way trade involving the Colorado Avalanche and Ottawa Senators. Ottawa middleman Kyle Turris is on his way to the Music City, having already posted 9 points this season in only 11 games. The Preds portion of the trade entailed sending a second-round draft pick, rookie defenseman Samuel Girard, and forward prospect Vladislav Kamenev to Colorado. The Avs completed the trade triangle, sending veteran forward Matt Duchene up to Ottawa. Now to college football, where the Austin Peay Governors continue to be one of the top stories in our state. The Govs led from start to finish in their 35-28 road win on Saturday over Tennessee Tech, capturing the school's first ever Sergeant York Trophy. The trophy, named after the Middle Tennessee Medal of Honor winner, goes annually to the best Ohio Valley Conference football team in our state. Austin Peay rushed for 423 total yards in their latest triumph, led by freshman tailback Ahmad Tanner, who ran for a career-high 105 yards. The Governors at 6-1 in FCS play will continue their push towards the playoffs this coming Saturday at noon on the road against Eastern Kentucky. Lastly, today we take you back to Nashville, where the Tennessee Titans have now won 3 straight games after outlasting the Baltimore Ravens yesterday 23-20. At 5-3 overall, the Titans are tied for first place in the AFC South, and they've been successful as of late, thanks in part to rookie defensive back Kevin Byard. The former MTSU safety has picked off 5 passes in just the last 2 games, and he's currently the NFL's league leader with 6 total interceptions thus far this season. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
How does a quality cup of coffee and a delicious hunk of homemade cheesecake sound right now? It should sound like a trip to Coffee Break and Cheesecake. They're the home of the area's best homemade cheesecake and naturally sourced coffee from the Dominican Republic. Stop in today and choose a slice from their huge list of options, including vegan and gluten-free choices. At Coffee Break and Cheesecake, they make everything with the best available ingredients, and they're waiting to serve you now at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, just past Dover Crossing.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Don't forget the Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows comes your way at 8:20 this morning. Brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy on the Big 1400. And you can look for Justin Swallows to do that.
That's right.
And of course, we're just ahead of the Ball Network Notebook coming your way at 8:50.
Shortly.
1400 WJZM Radio, 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expect a high today of around 60, and it's going to be a little cooler, and that chance of rain with us. It should taper off today, and then it's back again tonight as we have an overnight low 57 tonight with periods of rain, maybe even a little rain on Tuesday. Expect a high of around 61. I thought it was pretty interesting that Thor Ragnarok made $121 million at the box office this weekend. Yep.
That's a
yeah, that's the 4th best opening this year. You know, October they said was a bad month for movie openings.
Except for one.
Which was?
It.
Did it open in October?
I think it was maybe the month before.
Yeah.
But it
was
October
good.
a lot.
A Bad Mom's Christmas came in a distant second. They only took in $17 million. But anyway, Thor Ragnarok. So,
yes.
Here we have the things that annoy Godzilla.
All right.
Even though it was Godzilla's birthday last week, we can learn about what's bothering him. The top things that annoy Godzilla. Are you ready?
Bad dubbing.
No, no. Those tiny arms make it impossible for him to read his Fitbit.
I guess he does have a problem.
Top things that annoy Godzilla. Adidas still doesn't make a tracksuit in his size. You know, he wants to be casual like everybody.
He's tired of being all proper.
In 1954, he was the weirdest thing to come out of Japan. Now, he's 4,394th on the list. Times change, my brother.
Yeah, they do.
Top things that annoy Godzilla. Thanks to Game of Thrones, all anybody wants anymore are dragons.
Godzilla's not wanted.
He has yet to meet a Japanese person whose voice syncs with their lips.
I told you that was
I know. That had to be in there, yeah. The fact that power transmission towers make lousy selfie sticks. That annoys Godzilla. He don't like that. He just tear those power cables.
Oh, he just tears them
those
like
towers down, yeah.
Nylon thread.
Things that annoy Godzilla. One accidental sneeze and now his date is on fire. She's burning up. Under Trump's new tax plan, he can no longer write off trips to Tokyo as a business expense.
Oh, poor Godzilla.
Nah, yeah, I know. Things that annoy Godzilla. Seeing Godzilla Jr. wearing a fedora. Getting helicopters stuck in his teeth. He's the only one invited to barbecues so he can light them.
So he can light the fire.
Yeah, top things that annoy Godzilla. He can't erase from his memory that one time he knocked a roof off of a high-rise and exposed an old woman showering.
Still etched in his brain.
He was ruined. He was ruined. He had to go through therapy for that. Top things that annoy Godzilla. Not one producer will let him direct. And the top things that annoy Godzilla, the way the camera adds 1,500 pounds to his silhouette. Yeah.
Top make him look bigger than what he really is.
Yeah, top things that annoy Godzilla.
But he is pretty big.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, do they have...
I'll have to watch the original one.
Do they still have Godzilla series? Is there...
Yeah, somewhat. I think Japan, I think they are getting ready to put out a new one, a reboot of Godzilla. I mean, the original one is very, very good, the Japanese version, not the American version with Raymond Burr. They added him in for the American version. In the original, he's not in it all that much, you know.
Who's Takeaki Soka? Who's in it? Who's in it with the subtitles?
You know, they Americanized it. It's a lot different, the original.
Okay. All right.
But you have to read the subtitles because it's
have to read. You got to read the subtitles. That's right.
You want me to bring it so you can watch it?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
I've got both.
Thank you.
You can watch one and then compare it with the American version.
I appreciate it. I'm good to go.
You don't want to?
No. We need to take a break. This is the Big 1400, WJZM Radio.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee? Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC, Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee, the Wyatt Johnson Automotive family in Clarksville.
In your time of loss, you need to know someone cares. Since 1916, Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home has been serving the Clarksville area with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's their goal to provide quality, compassionate services to you and your family during this very difficult time. Mike Parchman and his staff genuinely care and provide prearranged plans that accept insurance to help ease your pain in your time of grief. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. People who care. A name you can trust. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home, Madison Street in Clarksville.
Ever lost or misplaced your debit card? Now, before that happens, download the Card Valet mobile app. With it, you can turn your F&M debit card on and off, establish when, where, and how it is used, and much more. And best of all, it's free. From F&M Bank, member FDIC.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
When's the last time you ate somewhere that uses real ingredients and makes everything from scratch? If it's been too long, you should head over to the Lunchbox at 2124 Woodlawn Road. They're serving daily barbecue plates featuring everything from smoked chicken to baby back ribs. The Lunchbox menu also features the best hamburgers and all beef hot dogs around, served on freshly baked homemade buns. Save room for dessert because they've got hand-dipped ice cream and milkshakes too at the Lunchbox, just off from Highway 79 at 2124 Woodlawn Road.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up sore or worse yet, still feeling tired? Say goodbye to that constant state of drowsiness with one quick trip to Beds Express. They're fighting sleepless nights one bed at a time, and they're doing so with a trusted staff of comfort experts trained to get you a good night's rest at an affordable price. Go see them at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville, 7643 Highway 70 South in Bellevue, or at 2222 Medical Center Parkway in Murfreesboro. Visit Beds Express today and sleep well tonight.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we've got the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, coming up at 7:50 this morning, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400. So good you're here this morning with us on this Monday, the 6th day of November. Good morning, Clarksville, from Chuck and John. Or is it John and Chuck?
Whoa.
Big 1400, WJZM Radio, 54 degrees, expecting a high today of 60, 57 for an overnight low. A chance of rain still with us. And then tomorrow, a chance of showers, 61 for an expected high on Tuesday. Right now, we're at 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Lady Vols basketball tomorrow, November 7th, on the Big 1400. The Lady Vols will take on Carson Newman. Now, the Lady Vols airtime will be 5:30. Tip off at 6 o'clock. University of Tennessee women's basketball right here on the Big 1400. So we're ready for, we're full-fledged basketball.
Well, we are in the round ball.
We'll start Clarksville Academy next week. And then we got basketball with the Friday from the men's team.
That's correct.
And then Sunday, again, the Lady Vols play again. So we'll be telling you more.
Football on Saturday night.
And football. Everything orange. Everything UT orange. UT won this past weekend.
They did.
They beat Southern Miss. Yep, they did.
How about that?
Yeah. Britney Spears donated a painting that she recently made to an auction where the proceeds will go to victims of last month's Las Vegas shooting. She also just donated $1 million to help open a children's cancer facility in the Las Vegas area.
She did?
Yeah. What are you doing? What is that?
Godzilla. He's coming after Britney.
No, he's not.
Britney, run!
He's not coming after Britney.
He's not?
No.
Yes, he is.
No. He's old.
He can still run.
No.
He can shoot those flames out.
Yeah, he's old. He's gone over to Game of Thrones.
No, no, he's not a traitor.
Yeah.
He's not going to Game of Thrones. No.
But you know, Godzilla is Godzilla the dinosaur? What would he be called? I know. Is he a Tyrannosaurus Rex or
he's kind of a cross in between all of them? Yeah.
I just wonder.
He's Godzilla.
Okay, Godzilla. Things that annoy Godzilla. That John keeps playing his sound effects on the radio. You know, gotta have for only John. John enjoys that. Godzilla. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So you don't know how many Godzilla movies have been made?
A lot. No. They made a ton of them in Japan.
Have you seen any of the latest ones?
Yeah.
I would think that with today's creative
reboot from 2014 was really good. Yeah. Pretty good movie. I saw it on the IMAX at Opryland.
I would think that the graphics would be a lot better.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, and
it's actually I own that. Would you like to watch it?
No.
You don't want to watch that one? No. It's actually pretty good. You might enjoy it.
No, that's okay. It probably wouldn't be as hokey. As it, you know,
it's hokey. There's something about the hokiness of a man in a Godzilla suit knocking down power lines and seeing little toy trains with people stuck in them.
Well, the old Godzilla movies that I've seen, I'm thinking we're talking 30, 40 years ago. The Godzilla movies that I've seen. Now the new ones, I'm sure are technologically advanced and the graphics are better.
54, when the first one came out, I mean, they didn't really have great special effects.
No, they didn't, but they made do with what they had, and it was still pretty cool to watch that. Go down and tear down the power lines, pick up trains.
Just think they had to miniaturize a whole city and then had this guy walk through it.
Yeah.
Like he was tearing the whole city up. Okay, never mind. I'll bring you the new Godzilla.
That's okay, John. Godzilla meets Pennywise. That would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Anyway, who do you think will win?
Godzilla.
Oh yeah, right. You would. Yeah.
Godzilla would eat Pennywise alive.
Yeah.
Yes. So you better respect this.
Yeah. The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Chuck and John with the.
Everybody that you're running to, how in the world do you think everybody's supposed to respect you? If you don't give a heck about the man with the Bible in his hand, y'all just get out the way and let the gentleman do his thing.
1400 WJZM Radio, 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expect a high today of 60. That rain chance should diminish this morning, but it'll be back this evening and tonight. So be careful like that. We're just ahead of the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash. I was reading where Amazon wants, we were talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Amazon wants their own Game of Thrones, so they're looking at developing a series based on The Lord of the Rings.
Man. I thought maybe you're going to tell me they were going to buy a phone company. Call it Game of Phones.
No. But they're looking at, Peter Jackson, of course, who directed, he spent 15 years making 6 Lord of the Ring movies.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
And I mean, if you've seen any of the extended version, man, I've never seen all of them. I've seen the trilogy, and it was like 6 hours. Ooh. Seems like, I mean, it was longer than 6 hours. Because each one was longer than 2 hours. But you think about it, and it's almost like saying they want to remake The Simpsons or something. But apparently Amazon Studio thinks there's more material to mine from the Lord of the Rings, and they're in negotiations with Warner Brothers and the J.R.R. Tolkien estate to make it a reality. And you think about it, one thing, and because are you a fan of Lord of the Rings? I mean, Game of Thrones? You watch Game of Thrones?
No, I need to catch up.
Yeah, I've watched Game of Thrones.
Anyway. I know you're a loyalist.
I am.
Just like I am with
I read
Twin
the
Peaks.
books, and I do follow it. But the thing about Lord of the Rings...
Yes?
I keep hearing this. Oh, I thought that was Godzilla again. No. I was hearing this noise. And that's you with the peppermint candy. The thing about Lord of the Rings, the show... could be like Game of Thrones.
It could.
But it's hard to imagine anyone outdoing Peter Jackson's and his epic movies, especially since they're only a little over a decade old. And, the thing is, you're looking at Lord of the Ring books.
Yeah.
What about The Hobbit?
Nah.
See, that brings in a whole new angle to the whole thing. But anyway, we'll see.
Could.
We'll see. Yeah. But they'd have to include, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings is part of it, So anyway, time now
that might be interesting.
Yeah. Time now for the Ball Network Notebook, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400.
The Vol basketball team wins its exhibition game at Clemson, and the football team heads to Missouri looking for an SEC road win. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Tennessee concluded its exhibition basketball schedule with an exciting 71-67 win at Clemson on Sunday afternoon. Tennessee jumped out to a 14-2 lead to start the game, but Clemson fought back to make it tight down the stretch. An Admiral Schofield dunk in the closing seconds sealed the victory. Grant Williams led Tennessee with 24 points. Lamonte Turner added 14. The Vols open the regular season this Friday night, hosting Presbyterian at 7 o'clock in Thompson Bowling Arena. On football Saturdays at Neyland Stadium, folks from all over the Volunteer State gather to form a community of enthusiastic Big Orange fans. Like the team on the field, they give their all to cheer on the Vols to victory. At your local farmer-owned co-op, they also know the importance of community support. It's kept them providing expert advice, friendly service, and quality products in towns across Tennessee for more than 70 years. They give their all to help these hard-working champions of agriculture. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Tennessee looks for its first SEC football victory of the season Saturday night at Missouri. The Vols coming off a homecoming victory over Southern Miss, 24-10 on Saturday. The defense played well, forcing 2 turnovers that the offense converted into 2 John Kelly rushing touchdowns. Veteran defensive lineman Kendall Vickers said the victory lifted a load off this team.
You never like losing. I never like losing. But it's a good thing to get a W today, and we're all happy about it.
Now let's set you up for a good stretch run here in November.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's my message to the team. We can do it. Again, we've done it before, and we're ready to get after it.
The Tennessee defense will be tested by a Missouri offense that's running at high speed right now. The Tigers beat Florida 45-16 on Saturday. Tennessee and Missouri kick off at 6:30 Central Saturday. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Maintaining a professional appearance in today's competitive market is key to success. Do you have a need for a new logo design? See Copies in a Flash. Their expert team can assist you from start to completion of your logo design. Maybe it's a flyer you need. They can do that as well. Anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Visit Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. See Copies in a Flash and view all their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash says go Big Orange and are proud to support our community.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Chuck and John for the morning, for this Monday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Hope your day is going well. Stay dry. Big 1400 WJZM Radio, 54 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. They range in age from 5 to 72 years. The victims of the church massacre in the small town of Sutherland Springs, Texas.
We've lost some great friends today. And we had some really great friends injured.
26 people killed, 20 others wounded when a gunman opened fire during Sunday services at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, about 35 miles southeast of San Antonio. President Trump offering condolences to families and friends who lost loved ones.
So sad. Sutherland Springs, Texas, such a beautiful, wonderful area with incredible people.
The president says a gunman identified as 26-year-old Devin Kelly was obviously deranged. Kelly from the San Antonio area got a bad conduct discharge from the Air Force 5 years ago for assaulting his wife and a child. He was later found dead in his vehicle. We don't know the circumstances of his death, although he was chased by someone who heard the gunfire at the church and turned his gun on the shooter. There's also nothing yet on a motive for the attack. Also at SRNnews.com, President Trump is answering critics of his tough talk on North Korea.
Some people said that my rhetoric is very strong, but look what's happened with very weak rhetoric over the last 25 years. Look where we are right now.
The president speaking in Japan on the first leg of his visit to Asia. From Japan, Mr. Trump will travel to South Korea. Among the weekend winners in the NFL, the Redskins, the Saints, and the Panthers. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures are mixed. Dow futures are up 17 points, and NASDAQ futures are better by 4, while S&P futures are down a fraction of a point. This is SRN News. Evangelicals are concerned about the GOP tax plan.
There is much they like in the Republican blueprint, but they are not happy that it drops the adoption tax credit. Kristen Hawkins of Students for Life says, quote, "It's disappointing that the adoption tax credit isn't in the current proposal, given the high cost of adoption and the needs of children for a family." Dr. Russell Moore of the Southern Baptist Convention tweets, quote, "The adoption credit is not just one more policy issue. Vulnerable children ought to be a priority for us all." Michael Harrington, SRN News.
The United Nations Human Rights Committee has refused requests by pro-life organizations to include unborn babies among the groups protected by international law. In fact, CFAM reports that the committee has added language that abortion must be made affordable and effective. The document will also address euthanasia, but the wording is still being worked out at this time. This is SRN News. Just what does the U.S. envision for the future of Syria? Defense Secretary Mattis says inquiring allies want to know.
Probably at least 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the question I'm getting asked now is going forward. It's not about are we going to be able to stop ISIS, we're going to be able to become ISIS. It's not saying what's next, how is it looking?
Mattis heading into a week of meetings with Nordic countries and allies across Europe. He says American intelligence has known for months that ISIS was on its way out.
How do you note something like that? Number of prisoners, number of deserters, and wounded who aren't being taken care of. The whole bottom is dropping out.
Mattis speaking from aboard a U.S. aircraft carrier. Cities along America's West Coast declaring states of emergency. They're struggling to cope with a soaring homeless population. More details at srnnews.com.
Jackson's Body Shop, downtown. Jackson's Body Shop, downtown. It's your car, it's your voice. Jackson's Body Shop, the best choice. Dents, dings, major body repair. A pre-loaner car, 'cause we really care. Jackson's Body Shop, downtown. Jackson's Body Shop, downtown. Call 647-6989 or Jackson's.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Clarksville area weather cloudy and cooler. Rain should taper off this morning. High today of 60. Rain back in the forecast tonight. Overnight low around 57. And tomorrow remaining cloudy, a little rain. Only up to around 61 for an expected high. Tomorrow night a low of 46. And Wednesday 53 for an expected high. 38 for an overnight low. Right now we're at 55 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county is very busy in a couple of spots this morning. Looks like 41A Fort Campbell, not bad though. 101st Parkway and Trenton Road, all very busy at the moment, as is Rossview Road, and especially 41A out in Sango, very busy. Also, Riverside Drive and College Street, busy at the moment, and 48 and 13 is very busy if you're coming into the city from the county. Now, 24, if you're headed to Nashville, it looks pretty good all the way into Davidson County. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what lies ahead when you get there.
Good morning. Still quite busy out here on I-40 coming out of Wilson County into Davison on 40 westbound up through Mount Juliet as well. 65's very heavy here southbound at Trinity Lane. Still looking pretty good out of Dixon this morning down I-40 through Kingston Springs. If you're looking for the best bargains, then check out GimmeA5.com. They're in Clarksville, Lebanon, and Dixon. You just never know what you're going to find there at GimmeA5.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning, all on the Big 1400 WJZM. It is 8:08, and that means, what does it mean? Yes, it means this is hour number 2 of the Monday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
It's the Godzilla show.
That's right.
It's the Godzilla show and Mothra show.
Mothra.
And
you be Mothra.
Mothra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be Godzilla.
And you be Godzilla?
Yeah.
We'll just carry on like that. Is that all Godzilla says?
No, when he gets mad, he throws out the flame.
He does spit fire, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Well, he can spit some fire.
Yeah, I just remember him swatting. Well, he didn't swat anything with those arms. But I remember him, blowing
Every
up
time
stuff.
I see him do that, I go, Tums. They would help you out, Godzilla, if you take some Tums. He has heartburn real bad.
But that's part of his, ferociousness.
That's right.
That the flames and everything. And he
just melts the...
I mean, wouldn't you want him at your barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have to, worry about, lighting it. Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't have to worry about simmering.
Oh,
hey, sear this, would you, Godzilla?
Wait, that's too well done.
Just have him at the barbecue.
That's right.
I think that would be okay. You could do that. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John, hour number 2 on this Monday. Good morning, Clarksville.
Working my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. Yeah, I'm working my way back to you, babe, and the happiness that I let it get away. Playing every day. When you were so in love with me, I played around like
1400 WJZM Radio. Chuck and John on this Monday. Rainy Monday, cloudy. It's going to be cooler, 60 for a high today. We still got a Sports Now update coming your way at 8:20 this morning, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy on the Big 1400. Strange thing musically, no, not the... On the way musically, we got some Cliff Noble as well as the Tornadoes coming up. But this strange thing I was reading, there's a guy in Nebraska.
Uh-oh. You know how Nebraska is.
Yeah.
Them corn huskers.
But he spent the last 4 years hiring at least 75 prostitutes to strip, to take off all their clothes on his neighbor's porch.
Okay.
He was just sentenced to 4 years in prison for pandering. He and his neighbor had this thing going back and forth, and over the last 4 years, he's hired at least 75 prostitutes to take off their clothes
at this guy's doorstep. And that's all that happened.
Yep.
And he goes to jail for that?
Because it's pandering.
Well, he's not pandering. He's just trying to beautify the
He was not trying to
neighborhood.
beautify. He was trying to get back at his neighbor. You know, that's what he was trying to do.
I think that was a good thing. I'd like for some strippers to come to my porch.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Martin Street.
To his address. The Big 1400. The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we've got Greg Walker Sports Talk this afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on the Big 1400. You can expect the unexpected as the coach comes and talks sports on the Big 1400. 1400 WJZM Radio. I've never heard that voice in that song before.
Never noticed that
That's
before.
Telstar by the Tornadoes.
From 1962.
Yeah, I've never heard that voice in there harmonizing with the instruments. But anyway, the big 1400.
You never heard voices at all in your whole life?
I've heard voices. Yeah,
In the 60s, I heard lots of voices. Still do. What? Leave me alone. Shut up.
They still bother you?
Yeah.
They're good. You know, have you seen any Christmas commercials on TV yet?
Let's not talk about it.
Have you started? Have you gotten any Christmas lists?
Let's not
any of the grandkids?
It's not
or
Christmas yet until we get through Thanksgiving.
Has anybody talked to you about Christmas gifts?
It's like school starts before Labor Day.
John,
no, negative.
I just want to help. I just want to give you a couple ideas.
You can give anybody else ideas.
Tiffany's. You heard of Tiffany's?
Yeah, I heard
okay.
of Tiffany. She was a singer in the 80s.
I mean, think about this. The super rich people in this country now have so much money that apparently they'll spend any amount on anything. I mean, no matter how, I don't want to say stupid, no matter how
ignorant they are.
How ridiculous.
Stupid.
Ridiculous it may seem to us. Yeah. Tiffany's has just decided to branch out from selling moderately overpriced jewelry to sell insanely overpriced, quote, and this is what they call them, ordinary objects. These are some of Tiffany's ordinary objects, okay?
Okay. These are for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A $350 sterling silver bendy straw. Oh. You know, you get these straws that you can bend?
Yeah.
Well, this is one that's sterling silver, and it's $350.
That's right on my list.
Yeah. A $1,000 empty tin can. For those of you who are mathematically minded, a $425 silver protractor.
Oh, that's what I want as well.
No, you want the $650 pair of ping pong paddles. Now, your significant other would love to have the $10,000 fake silver bird's nest with 3 blue porcelain eggs. Just think about it. You know, you got it. A flask.
My significant ex would only want shoes. So she was a shoe.
Flip-flops. Yeah.
She had a thing about shoes. Yeah. So
she's been watching. What was the president of the Philippines' name? Yeah, that's right. Imelda Marcos.
Yeah, that's
Imelda
it.
Marcos.
That's it.
There is a flask that is shaped like a fish.
Oh boy.
It's $2,000.
Oh, I want that.
A set of 10 Lego pieces for $1,500.
Well, what can you build with 10?
And a ball of silver yarn for $9,000. Now, we make fun, but they will sell these items.
Yeah.
There are people who will buy them.
I know.
And you'll go to their house and you'll say,
that's
I
so
see you
beautiful.
have is that the yarn from Tiffany's? Yes. The $9,000 ball of silver yarn? Yes. Yes, my Richard got me 2 of them. I think they're so adorable.
People, look at me. I'm not buying them.
People will
buy them.
You're exactly right.
It'll be on somebody's shelf Christmas morning.
It'll be wrapped and pretty, you know.
Here you go.
Yes.
This is just for you.
Just for you. Time now for a Sports Now update brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Now enrolling students in pre-K through 3rd grade online at powerandgraceacademy.com.
Last night, the Nashville Predators landed one of the best two-way centers in the National Hockey League via a 3-way trade involving the Colorado Avalanche and Ottawa Senators. Ottawa middleman Kyle Turris is on his way to the Music City, having already posted 9 points this season in only 11 games. The Preds portion of the trade entailed sending a second-round draft pick, rookie defenseman Samuel Girard, guard and forward prospect Vladislav Kamenev to Colorado. The Avs completed the trade triangle, sending veteran forward Matt Duchene up to Ottawa. Now to college football, where the Austin Peay Governors continue to be one of the top stories in our state. The Govs led from start to finish in their 35-28 road win on Saturday over Tennessee Tech, capturing the school's first ever Sergeant York Trophy. The trophy, named after the Middle Tennessee Medal of Honor winner, goes annually to the best Ohio Valley Conference football team in our state. Austin Peay rushed for 423 total yards in their latest triumph, led by freshman tailback Ahmad Tanner, who ran for a career-high 105 yards. The Governors at 6-1 in FCS play will continue their push towards the playoffs this coming Saturday at noon on the road against Eastern Kentucky. Lastly, today we take you back to Nashville, where the Tennessee Titans have now won 3 straight games after outlasting the Baltimore Ravens yesterday 23-20. At 5-3 overall, the Titans are tied for first place in the AFC South, and they've been successful as of late, thanks in part to rookie defensive back Kevin Byard. The former MTSU safety has picked off 5 passes in just the last 2 games, and he's currently the NFL's league leader with 6 total interceptions thus far this season. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
With the Christ Center curriculum and a high expectation for academic mastery, Power and Grace Preparatory Academy has set the gold standard for elementary learning. Certified by the Tennessee Department of Education, they've extended their offerings to include music, art, and Spanish. Additionally, students will be participating in STEAM Fridays, emphasizing science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Before and after care is available, spanning from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and enrollment is open for children in pre-K through the 3rd grade. For more info, visit powerandgraceacademy.com or call 931-320-9862.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, where we've got another Sports Now update coming your way at 8:20, 9:20. Brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville. WJZM Radio. It is 55 degrees at 8:28 with Chuck and John on the Monday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. I was reading where the first nude restaurant in Gay Paris is now open.
Well, that's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
What? In Gay Paris?
In Paris.
Yeah.
Customers are asked to remove their clothes before entering the dining area. My only concern is that it doesn't give the people at IHOP any ideas.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because I seen them standing in line for them pancakes.
Yeah.
And but anyway,
You mentioned naked at IHOP.
Waiting in line, you're just going.
It's a little cold out here.
Yeah, it is before you go. So anyway,
I need to check on Jimmy Troglin. He's still standing outside this morning.
waiting on his tickets to the Star Wars
That's
movie.
right.
Yeah, he is.
I need to check on him.
Yeah, because we don't want him to get frostbite or whatever. Yeah. The big 1400 WJZM radio, 55 degrees. Expect a high of 60, 57 for an overnight low, and do have some rain in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow about 61 for an expected high. Right now, we're at 55 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Justin Verlander married Kate Upton just a few days after winning the World Series, and in doing so, he set a new world record for best week ever for a man. Best week ever for a man.
Yeah, but she hot.
Yeah, she is. She is. Okay, so Apple, I don't know, and I don't love that Apple has been reading all my texts to see what emojis I've been using. You know, because I believe that they've got some connection. They can look and see what emojis you use. So much
they
for,
can tell everything you do.
Yeah, so much for eggplant, but I do appreciate this kind of insight, so I am torn. Apple has just released a list of the 10 emojis that people use the most. They say they got the information from collecting quote-unquote anonymous data.
Yeah.
So that in theory, they're not cataloging everything you text.
They know everything. In theory.
Yeah, in
theory.
They
know everything you do.
Here are the top 10 emojis. The laughing so hard I'm crying face. The red heart.
Oh.
Number 3, the sad crying face. Number 4, the face with hearts for eyes. Number 5, the kissing face.
Don't slobber on me.
The face that's rolling its eyes.
That's me right now.
The skull. These are the top emojis.
Yes.
Number 8, the blushing face. And number 9, the sad face with the wide open frowning mouth. And number 10 is the thinking face. with the hand resting on its chin. So there you have.
Well, I know that one doesn't apply to me because I can't.
It's just an emoji.
I know. You know what? I thought about you yesterday.
Why?
I was in the checkout line at the dollar store, and guess what movies were standing there on the way out? The Emoji Movie.
The Emoji Movie?
Yeah. I started to buy it, bring it to you,
No,
so you can
that's
take
okay.
it home and
That's
watch
okay.
it.
That's okay.
But you won't even watch Godzilla, so why should I even buy you the Emoji Movie?
I've seen Godzilla.
Not the original.
No, I haven't seen. You're
You
right.
need to see the original.
I know. I need to see the original. Well, I tell you what. I can see if I can squeeze some time in after I stop watching the paint dry at Kroger's, and then I'll come over and watch it, okay?
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
We need to take a break. This is the Big 1400, WJZM Radio.
Every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
Looking for a new golf experience? Tired of playing the same old courses? Try Clarksville's newest golf course, the River Club Golf and Learning Center, located along the Red River. The picturesque River Club offers some of the area's best golf, putting greens, and driving ranges. And while you're there, stop by and have lunch in the clubhouse or enjoy some live music in the evenings. It's open to the public and waiting for you. The River Club Golf and Learning Center, Clarksville's premier golf experience. Call the River Club of Clarksville today for more information. 931-919-3200. The River Club of Clarksville.
Made to order, never frozen Midwest beef served on a toasted buttery bun is just the beginning at Culver's of Clarksville. The experience crescendos into fresh homemade custard that you can customize into delectable treats like sundaes, banana splits, or one of their signature concrete mixers. You'll be treated like family and fed like royalty at Culver's of Clarksville, near Exit 4 just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard at 140 Southampton Place. Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to Delicious.
Here's a special program note for viewers of WCKV-TV. As you may have heard, WCKV-TV, Clarksville's only broadcast TV station, has moved to Charter Channel 6. They're also looking into opportunities to do more local programming to serve you better, so please stay tuned to WCKV Charter Channel 6 for some changes. WCKV-TV will continue airing on CDE Lightband Channel 12 and over-the-air Channel 21.1. Channel 21 is a free service. WCKV-TV, engaging, inspiring, and uniting all of Montgomery County and beyond. Unique by design. WCKV-TV, Clarksville.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru Giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Was your New Year's resolution to lose weight, but you haven't been able to accomplish this? Then come to the Doctor's Diet Program at 231 Dover Road. They're open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Doctor's supervised weight loss can be achieved by following the simple diet plan. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds, the Doctor's Diet Program can help. Call them today at 931-906-5555. That's 931-906-5555.
Clarksville Online is where you'll find the latest in Clarksville area news, weather, sports, and current events. Depend on Clarksville Online for crime reports and special events, Fort Campbell news and current events, and the latest financial news. Want sports? Then visit ClarksvilleSportsNetwork.com. Movie listings and weather bulletins? Go to DiscoverClarksville.com. And for all you bikers, visit ClarksvilleMotorcycle.com. You'll find everything you need on the Clarksville Online Digital Network. Clarksville Online. We are Clarksville.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John, the Monday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. All things music. Vanilla Ice's Beloved Jam. John, your cue.
What
Ice,
am I?
Ice Baby.
Ice Baby. I could not think of that
believe it or not, it's to be honored by the Smithsonian.
It is?
The Smithsonian. I mean,
what are
this
they
is
going to do,
serious
take it and
stuff.
burn it?
No. For some reason, the Smithsonian is putting out a 9-CD box set next year called the Smithsonian Anthology of Hip Hop and Rap. And Ice Ice Baby is one of the 120 tracks on it. Ice Ice Baby was the first hip-hop song ever to top the Billboard charts when it went #1 in 1990. But still, if you care, the other songs include LL Cool J's I Need Love, Public Enemy's Fight the Power, Ice-T's 6 in the Morning, and Lauryn Hill's Doo-Wop, That Thing. So they got a lot of songs, but 120 songs.
I bet that's on your Christmas wish list, isn't it?
The Smithsonian Anthology of Hip Hop and Rap.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting that silver ball of yarn from Tiffany.
Just listen to this.
I remember when that song came out. And we were, I remember
Under Pressure.
I had to be a chaperone for the senior prom.
Keep going.
I had to be a chaperone for the senior prom at one of the area high schools.
Yeah, and they were playing this song, and you were rolling your eyes going, what in the world is this stuff?
Over and over. Now, I mean, it was catchy the first 14 times, but then after that,
you wanted to go berserk, didn't you?
You kind of got dull to it, you know? It was like, here, here. And they said, why are you holding out your wrist? Slit them. Here, just cut them. You got any glass? Break that window and give me a piece of jagged glass. Cut my wrist, you know. Yeah, but after a while, yeah.
Ready for it to be gone?
I was ready for it to be gone.
All right.
The big 1400, WJZM radio, no more Ice Ice Baby. We got ELO. WJZM Radio, where on Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got Tuesday with the mayor. Mayor Kim McMillan will be in the studio, and we'll talk with her about
all things
Clarksville. All things Clarksville.
That's
yeah.
right.
We've got, they've got the big vote coming up for the area, the multi-purpose area out by Exit 8.
Oh, yes.
That's coming up, so we'll talk to her, but we're looking forward to that. Tuesday with the mayor, tomorrow between 8 and 9, right here on the Big 1400.
My love must be a kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you. Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in our garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Clarksville area weather. Well, cloudy, chance of rain later on this evening. We expect a high today of around 60 degrees. Tonight, periods of rain, 57 for an overnight low. And Tuesday, a little cloudiness, a little rain, expect a high of 61. Currently, we're at 55 in downtown Clarksville with Johnny Hayes Jazz. Good morning, Clarksville.
So much for your promises. They died the day you let me go. Caught up in a web of lies, but it was just too late to know. I thought it was you who would stand by my side. Now you're giving me nothing but shattered dreams,
1400 WJZM Radio, 55 degrees in downtown Clarksville, expecting a high of 60. Might get some rain this evening, overnight low of 57. Tomorrow up to around 61 with maybe a little sprinkle, a rogue sprinkle on Tuesday. Right now we're at 55 degrees in downtown Clarksville. UT basketball, men's basketball on the radio this Friday, November 10th, as the Volunteers will take on Presbyterian. They get serious with Presbyterian this Friday, airtime 5:30, tip-off 6 o'clock on the Big 1400. University of Tennessee men's basketball right here on the radio with Bob Kessling on the call on the Big 1400. Time now for some good news.
Good news.
Well, these people have just set the bar for the world's most amicable divorce.
Oh.
You know, oftentimes divorces are not amicable.
Yes, ask me.
They are not friendly.
Would you like to ask me about one?
No, John. Which one?
That's why I said, would you like to ask me if they were?
You got a few that you could talk about?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Right. But
let's talk about it.
But wait a minute.
Let's don't.
Okay. Wait a minute. So you've been married a number of times.
Has not run out yet, so I can't.
Yeah. The life... wait a minute. The statute of limitations had... But you've been married a number of times. But, you know, they have not been, you know, you all aren't hating each other and people aren't coming over trashing your house and, you know, saying bad things.
No, everything's good now.
Yeah. So, you know, we work on it. But this is probably the world's most amicable divorce. There's a 41-year-old woman. Her name is Nicola Hitchin. She's in Cheshire, England. Oh, wow. And back in March, she was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer, and the doctors estimated that she had 4 months to live. But Nicola did some research and found that there was a hospital in Turkey and they were doing an advanced chemotherapy treatment that just might be able to help her. Unfortunately, she couldn't afford it because it was way over $165,000 for just 5 sessions. But get this. Her ex-husband's new wife stepped in to raise money for her to get the treatments. Her name is Claire Hitchin. Now, Hitchin and she and Nicola's ex-husband, Andy, launched a massive online fundraising campaign. Claire said she did it because Nicola and her 2 sons are her stepsons, and, quote, she's an amazing mom. And she continues to put them first throughout all her treatment, and she deserves the chance to watch them grow into men.
Well.
And they were able to raise the money. Over over $165,000, and guess what?
She's alive and well.
The chemo treatments worked. Nicola is now in remission, and almost all of her cancer is completely gone.
That's good.
That's a great story.
That is. There was a
That is
hitchin' in the
a great
kitchen.
story. You believe? I mean, you know, everybody's going to want to go to Turkey. But I guess that, you know, this
probably doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, because this advanced chemotherapy, it doesn't work. You're right.
Yeah, it doesn't work
She had
for
cervical
everybody.
cancer, and so it might not work for everybody. But it's still a great story.
Still a great story that his wife, his current wife, helped raise the money for his ex-wife.
Yes.
They must have all got along pretty well.
It's the world's greatest amicable divorce. See? Just like you.
No, mine were not amicable.
They are now.
Mine were disruptive. Well, it's because
they are now.
That's because they're married and gone now. So they're like kids. They're gone.
Oh, John.
Shoots them away.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. To tell the truth, it was not that bad.
It was horrible.
Don't have people
horrendous.
No,
the
it
worst
wasn't.
years of my life.
Oh, please. Please. Thank you for sharing this part of your Monday with us here on Good Morning Clarksville. John and I always look forward to being with you. Our prayer is that you will have a great day. Till tomorrow, be well, my friend. Bye-bye.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be impossible to fake. When someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely when the day that lies ahead of me seemed impossible to face. And when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you and the world's all right with me. I just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely
The world famous
WJZM Clarksville.